Okay, let's go ahead and get started this morning. Appreciate everybody's time this morning. We'll make this pretty quick. We're going to give you a background into what Aduvo is and then jump right into a live demo. If at any point along the way you have questions, feel free to post those in the Q&A section of Zoom. We've got a couple people that'll be watching for those and can either respond directly to your inquiry or interrupt our presenter if it's something maybe the whole audience might like to hear. My name is, I get my slide going here, Josh Bopp. I am the CEO and owner of Aduvo. We also have on the call today Britta Brunsmeyer, who's our new business lead, and Matt Vaughn, who is our product specialist. He'll be running our live demo this morning. So let me jump right into it. I will give you a little background on what we've created and why we created it, how it operates, and then Matt can jump right into a live demo. So we have created marketing automation for mortgage professionals, email, text marketing in particular, and we have a sister business, Focus IT, that hosts Point Central, and we learned a lot along the way from that journey. And one of the things that we've learned is our customers really need help in the form of automated marketing. So we had a predecessor to Aduvo called Pulse. We really just started over and created a whole new product with Aduvo from the things that we had learned from Pulse over the years, and really tried to solve some pretty basic problems that we kept hearing over and over and over again from our audience. And first, it was just really hard to find anything in the way of CRM automation, marketing automation, and a lot of our customers use those terms kind of interchangeably for small mid-sized teams, right? So the products in the market that are industry specific are humongous, and they're hard to operate, they're hard to maintain, just really kind of overkill for what the day-to-day needs are for small and mid-sized teams. They're also really hard to implement, so those products, while they are great and can solve your pain points, many implementations are months long, right? You know, they're meant to be a collaborative, consultative type of approach, and each deployment is unique and different. So with Aduvo, we really tried to take a different track here, which I'll show you in just a second. Also hard to maintain. So even after implementation, things can quickly break and get off track. It just requires constant fiddling and tweaking to keep marketing automation in particular up and running. They're also expensive, right? So we've created, we think, a price point that's more attractive for the features that we're offering. It's also hard to stay compliant, right? So the content in those applications, you don't really know who created it, how they created it. Is it mortgage specific, especially when we're talking about mass market solutions, right? If you don't deploy a mortgage specific solution and you use something like Constant Contact or HubSpot, those templates really have not been vetted by any kind of outside third party for mortgage compliance. And then last, the content itself, right? So again, those mass market solutions, you sign up for MailChimp and you jump in there. Maybe there's some realtor templates, maybe there's some banker templates, but you need specific content for your borrower and realtor audience, right? And the mass market in particular, products out there just don't have that for you available. So we created Aduvo, right? Pretty straightforward. Those are the problems as we see them, as our customers have been telling us for a long time. And we have created what we believe is just a great first step to any marketing team that you put together. You know, we can work alongside a marketing team that you've got. If you have nothing, this is just a great place to start, where we can give you a relatively affordable, simple to use solution to get your marketing kickstarted. So what makes us different? First, as I already mentioned, it's very, very easy to use. Matt's going to give you a live demo here in a few minutes, but it is shockingly simple from a UI perspective to navigate, to implement, especially to turn on campaigns if you don't want to do any of the creation yourselves. We have a great automation with Point Central. We're adding Point here early summer, probably June timeframe, no later than July. But we read directly from Point Central files, pull it into Aduvo, and have automated rules to then trigger these various campaigns that will go out. We'll show you those in a second. We also have seamless integrations, right? So the integration that we have with those LOS partners in the market we pull in all the really important stuff, right? So the borrower's name, the realtor's name, what kind of core loan information you might want to market to, we're all syncing that directly into Aduvo. And then set it, forget it, right? So the whole concept of our solution is that once you have either built the campaign yourself or used one of our pre-built campaigns and you activate it, you don't really have to log into Aduvo again. I mean, great if you want to come in and see some stats, or if you want to send a one-off campaign to a specific list, but the product is designed to really just run quietly in the background. And as files change on the Point Central side, we read those changes, we take action on those changes, and you don't have to lift a finger to make those things happen. The end result was really happier clients, right? So both on the borrower and realtor side, the content that we deliver them on loan status, the content that we deliver them pre and post close, it's a better experience that you're offering, especially on that loan status side to that audience. So what do? So first thing we do is we create the content for you. Certainly you're welcome to write your own, but we have in-house mortgage industry professionals that have written all the content that's in Aduvo. We then send that to an external third party to check for compliance, make sure that the right bits and pieces are in that message to maintain compliance in all 50 states, as well as making sure we're not doing things like offering a rate, offering a loan, things like that. We also test deliverability for you, right? So we're going to test how does it look in Outlook? Does it get through kind of basic spam filters? How does it look on a phone if it's a text message, so on and so forth. We then build your list for you. So all of our pre-built campaigns have already had a target group set of rules assigned to them. So is it for realtors? Is it for loans closed last year over 7%? Is it for active loans? And this is a borrower message. So we pre-build all of those lists for you so you don't have to do the heavy lifting. And the last thing we do is we take all the messages that we've created, we take that list and we set the schedule. So the schedule may be, hey, send this next Tuesday, and then a follow-up piece the following Tuesday. It could be as soon as application received date is today, send this message. It could be somebody's birthday, loan anniversary, but we're going to build that schedule for all of the content that we have pre-built into Aduvo as part of your onboarding process. And then you're responsible really just for reviewing that with our activation team and selecting which campaigns you want and turn them on. So if you don't want to create any custom content, you don't have to. You know, we've got dozens of campaigns in there, hundreds of pieces of email and text messages. You don't really need to do anything in the way of content creation and campaign creation to get started with Aduvo. You know, certainly you're welcome to do those things, but it's not a requirement to get live with the product. So a couple campaign types here that we have in the system. There are more than this, but these are certainly our most popular. The single most popular is real-time loan status alert. So again, that example I gave of when application received equals today, send the borrower this message, send the realtor this text, right? And just a simple example of what a loan status alert would be. And then pretty standard stuff, right? You know, it's birthdays, it's holidays, it's some basic lead nurtures, but the point being, it's already there for you. All you have to do is activate it, and you don't have to maintain it going forward. You're going to maintain it simply by operating as you normally would inside of a point file. So when you make a change and hit the save button, Aduvo knows about it. Hey, now we have somebody's birthday, or hey, now we've added them to the holiday list as an example. We also have a borrower and a separate realtor newsletter that we publish. I think it's the second Tuesday of every month, but every month those will go out on your behalf if you've activated those campaigns. And again, borrowers get added to it simply by you entering information at the point, same with the realtor. So the connections that we have with the LF partners we have, first and foremost, we take care of that, right? So when you sign up for Aduvo, we connect with the Point Central team and establish that initial connection to the data set. And then we'll bring in all of your historical loan records, right? So hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of records will be brought into Aduvo so you can have them for post-close marketing purposes, holidays, newsletters, all that kind of stuff. We then also sort all of the data that we get, right? So who's a borrower, who's a realtor, co-borrower, buyer's agent, seller's agent, and we're going to know that at the outset and put those folks into the right category, the right list types. And then last, I mentioned this a couple times already, but on an ongoing basis, we then get the real-time alerts from Point Central. As you hit the save button, we'll get that alert just a few seconds later and pull that data into Aduvo and take action on it. So again, really already mentioned this, but in terms of how you operate Aduvo post implementation, you really just work normally within your LOS, right? And you just open Point, work as you always have. You hit the save button, it's going to come to Aduvo, right? So it's very fast. It's typically within a couple of seconds after you hitting that save button, we're going to get those latest changes. And then our business rules really in the background analyze what changed, right? Did we just get a docs out, docs back status, or did we add a co-borrower to the loan? Did we add a seller's agent to the loan? From there, we take action and schedule or immediately send the message from Aduvo, right? So if it's maybe a birthday that got added, we'll go ahead and put that into our birthday list. When that person's birthday rolls around, we'll take care of the message. If it's more instantaneous, we need to send that text message to the realtor that docs are back. Great, that's going to happen instantaneously. The second we see that it's happened, we're going to process it and send that message. And I already mentioned this, but if you want to edit your own, you're more than welcome to. So Matt's going to give you a quick preview of our editors that we have, text editor, email editor inside of Aduvo, but they're best in class, right? So, you know, we have built what we think is a very streamlined, simple to use editing package so you can build your own templates, build your own campaigns. And then we have US-based support behind all this, right? So the customer doesn't have to do email only with some offshore team. You know, this is all US-based support by professionals that have been with us for a long time. Onboarding is great, so that's it's hard to show it, but it's easy to explain it. Number one, you sign up for a trial, right? So all of our deployments start with a 90-day free trial. You work with our onboarding specialist to select the campaigns that you want, and we go through a series of questions that we ask just to collect kind of basic company info, what's your NMLS number, what should be the default reply if we can't find some other method to reply from a loan officer or something like that. You turn on the campaigns that you want, so you review those as part of onboarding, and that's it. I mean, the onboarding typically takes 15 to 20 minutes, and you can have your first campaign live and operational. And then on the pricing side, we actually offer two different subscription types. So if you want to have all of your loan officers paid by the company, great. But if you want individuals to pay, we've also set it up that way. You make the top level decision if you're going to use Aduvo, and you can enable, disable kind of which campaigns you want to have accessible to loan officers. But if you want them to pay for their own subscription, they can do that. And we only charge for loan officers. So if you have a 20-person company, 15 of which are loan officers, the other 5 are support staff, the other 5 are always free in Aduvo. So your content creators, your managers, your owners that want to look at stats and see what went on, we don't charge for any of those. So really the purpose of Aduvo is to give you freedom, right? I mean, the whole point is to automate some really hard pieces of your day so you don't have to send those emails manually, send those text messages manually, and can implement a marketing system from the get-go without a lot of heavy lifting, and to build stronger relationships with your clients, right? Your borrowers and your realtors, especially on that loan status front, really appreciate the information that you can share with them from Aduvo, and that does nothing but solidify a better relationship with those clients. We also help improve your reputation, right? Especially on that realtor side. We've had numerous customers over the years on the pull side, and that carries over to Aduvo, that have said that the buyer's agent, seller's agent have reached out numerous times to just say thanks, right? Just to give a note of appreciation that that message was sent about the status of that loan, and they didn't have to ask for it. Just makes you the financial expert in the transaction. And then really to make you more productive and work less, right? I mean, you can do all these things yourself, and it is not challenging in the information that you're sending, but it's extremely challenging to be able to do it on a consistent basis, day in, day out, loan in, loan out, to keep up on all this stuff. So really just helping create meaningful connections with your borrowers, with your realtors, using Aduvo as that catalyst. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Matt so he can give us a live walkthrough of Aduvo.
Hello, everyone. I'm Matt. I'll be demoing the platform. Let me just get my screen shared real quick. There we go. All right. Hopefully it's showing for everybody. We'll be going over the major features of Aduvo. If there's any questions along the way, don't hesitate to ask in the Q&A section, and Josh or Brito will answer. Okay, we'll just start off here on the dashboard. This is where you land upon signing into Aduvo. Just kind of gives you a quick overview to help you keep track of the LOS that you're integrated with and what has been going out from Aduvo. I can show some actual data here so you can see it. Pretty straightforward, active leads, etc., marketing. We'll go ahead and go over the navigation drop downs here at the top. Here's the marketing. This is where you will be creating, editing, managing your campaigns and emails. People is in loans here. Here you can create lists, look at contact information on loans integrated from your LOS. You can create filters for those contacts. Just make it a little bit easier. We'll go over that towards the end of this demo. Create new here is pretty self-explanatory. This is just a quick start for creating new content. Here at my initials, just allow you to edit your profile. If you're a site manager, you can manage your company profile and your other users that are under you. All right, let's head into the marketing piece. We'll go ahead and go into the content library here. We have a lot of pre-built templates and campaigns available in here that you guys can use. For today, we're just going to go ahead and search for a specific one using the filter. Go category. Let's look by holiday. All right. So here's some holiday templates. I created some just for the demo, just to make it a little bit easier. We're going to go ahead and go here, preview it. Take a quick preview at the demo. If you like it, you could go and continue to use this one. If you don't like it, what you can do is you can actually come in here and hit duplicate. Go create a new version of it. Just go ahead and name this. There we go. And you see it duplicated the template. And if it doesn't show anything right here, but if you hit preview, I'll show you that it's exactly the same as the one I just viewed. You can go ahead and edit it. Some standard information you need to put in just to help you keep track of it inside the system. Category just helps you find it when you want to look for it in the future. Next content. Okay, so here is the template editor. Pretty easy to get used to. We'll go ahead and edit this a little bit. There's a bunch of buttons over here on the right. You essentially just drag and drop these onto the template to edit it to however you like. We'll go ahead and just do that real quick as an example. Say you don't like this image here. You can go and delete that. You can go click this image, drag it over. Adds a little container for your image. Just select it, and it comes up. These are kind of just ones we have on our test site. You can add as many as you like. There's an upload image here. So you just upload. I upload this one for today. Just go ahead and click that. Okay. And there's an image. That's all it is. That's all you have to do to switch out your image. There's other options here. Let's take a look. Let's add, maybe you want to have your social media button right above your loan officer name. And you can add social media links. All you have to do is click it. Pops up here on the left side. All you have to do here is add in your Facebook page, Instagram, YouTube, whichever to you. Again, it's also very easy to edit. If you don't like the circle color logos, you can just switch it to square color logos. That's about it. Everything here is pretty easy to use. You just have to figure out what you want and then go with it. Let's go ahead and save this. New campaign or new template. You can exit. Let's go back to filter. Let's do my content. There we go. And this is the one we just created. As you can see here, has the new image and your social media links. Now, once you create this template, if you want to use it and send it out to your clients, all you have to do from here is create a new campaign. Go ahead and start that. Just name this demo test. And we'll do holidays. Here's some options you have. You can set this by contact owner or from a specific loan officer. Contact owner can be helpful if you have data that from old loan officers that you merge onto yourself. if they're no longer at the company, for example, and you wanted to still send out content to those clients that were under that old loan officer, you can set it to contact owner instead. Go ahead and click next. Okay. Here's a recipient list. This is I'll show it a little bit later. This is in the people and loans section. You can actually create new ones by filtering for specific contacts. We're going to go ahead and just do all contacts for this example. And I will go to everyone that's in the site. Here, you can select if you want it to go to your sellers, buyer agents, etc. Usually borrower, co-borrower, depending on the template that you're using. This is how you select what users will receive a copy. Loan officer, you can set the loan processor. Everything else here is pretty self-explanatory, nothing too important. Go next. And this is where you actually add your just created template. Go back here. Do this one. This is the one we just created. Go to campaign editor. There we go. Excuse me. So now you'll see we're on this kind of campaign overview window. You have a couple options here. You can create reports. This kind of has an overlay, kind of similar to what you have on the dashboard. You can make it more specialized with filters if you'd like. Kind of keeps track of your bounced, not opened, opened, etc. You got your message log. This will tell you exactly who received it. It'll actually have a status over here under activity, tell you if they opened it, closed it, or clicked it, if it was opened or not. And it'll have their email and their name and everything here, just to keep track of who's getting it. You can add more messages to your campaign if it's a drip campaign or something like that. You just click add message and you add your second template. It'll come up with something like this. Again, has a quick kind of overview stat for you, so you can quickly look back to see who's received it. You can edit the message, just change it out, delete it. You can even send yourself a test email here, and there's a preview button as well. And down here at the bottom, schedule is where you'd actually set the schedule for it. I think this one was set holiday, so we'll go holiday quick pick. We'll just do New Year, for example, and then you can set your time. There's other options here for other types of templates. Repeating, this would be more used for birthdays or anniversaries because you would go out on a yearly basis for that contact. You just go contact quick pick, and then you find your birthday or anniversary in this list. Oh, anniversary. Let's go back for holiday, New Year. Okay, so we'll go ahead and save. And you will see now send messages on New Year at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that's all editable for you. So we'll go ahead and switch over to the people and loans section here. Let's go ahead and take a look at all list first. We'll come back to this shortly. Okay, so here's a bunch of lists we created so you can quickly filter for specific content that's been integrated up from your LOS. Say you wanted to look at your loan birthdays or your birthdays this week, you just click this, and this will show you the 3 people who will be receiving. It'd be more or less depending on what you have in there. But for just the test site here, it's just 3 clients. This just shows you when they'll be receiving it on what day. So this would be 2 days ago they would have received it. Let's go ahead and click back. Let's go ahead and take a look at all contacts. This is essentially an unfiltered form of all your data that's been integrated up into Aduvo. Just kind of everywhere. You can see down here, this site has 451 results. So it's 451 contacts that have been imported. Let's say, for example, you wanted to filter them by note rate. And let's do is between, say we want clients to have is between 4 and 6%. There we go. So it's just created a filter. So all the contacts that were outside of this range are no longer in the view. If you scroll down here, you see now it's only 36 results versus the 400 something we had previously. Now, if you only wanted to rate for example, a template for all of these clients only, for the clients between 4 and 6%, all you have to do is actually hit save here. Go note rate for 6. Save. There we go. So it created a list for us to now use in our campaign. Go into edit. Okay, and this is the one we just created. Now this here, see all contacts, we can get rid of that. And we can go down to, let's find it. Nope, 4 to 6. So this is the list we just created that filtered out about 400 people. And if you only want to market to those specifically in this percentage range, you can do that. You just save it. And there you go. Now, when that schedule hits, obviously you might have a different email for this specific type of list, but you could just set it to go out to those clients on whichever date for the clients that have between 4 and 6%. Okay. That basically concludes the demo here. If there's any questions.
And Matt, one of our attendees asked a really good question. It's like, hey, can you send me this after? This is it's a lot to digest quickly. Do I have to manage all this? So, the purpose of what Matt was showing you is for you to see how you can customize your own content. But can you go back to the content library and maybe just pull up an Aduvo campaign? I know we're in the stage environment, so it's not necessarily our best content, but I just want to show them how easy it is to activate a campaign, and that this is part of the onboarding process that we would have with you, that kind of 15-minute call I mentioned once we make the data connection.
Yep, I will go over, when you do onboard, we help you set up whatever you'd like for these campaigns. Let's see.
But even that second one there, I think is fine. I know it's not our kind of finished, polished ones, but if you wanted to activate that toggle switch that you saw at the top.
Yep. So just example, you go in here, if you found something you liked, you can preview it. And all you have to do, just set your schedule here at the bottom, what you'd like to go out on. If it's a birthday, it's usually set up already for you. And then you just hit this button up here, which is inactive. Yes, I want to activate. And there you go, set up and go.
And the majority of our campaigns have the schedules already set that the Aduvo team has built for you, right? There are a couple that we don't, but all of our quick start campaigns, loan status, birthdays, holidays, newsletters, you're really just looking at the content and saying, yep, I really like that content, and you're activating the campaign. So there's no editing you need to do, scheduling you need to set, lists you need to build. Like, we've done all that for you. If you want to make your own, awesome. This is how you do it. And Matt kind of gave you the crash course in what an email campaign might look like. But I don't know, Matt, you've done enough of these deployments. Was about 50-50 or so for people that would use our content versus making their own?
The majority of the content activated is something we own under the Aduvo account. Usually it's the birthdays, anniversaries, lead nurture, holidays. Those are the ones that usually activate. And the good thing about those is that they all already have the template set up in the campaign for you. So you don't really need to do much. For example, you see it says email 101, 102 here. You can see that as, Christmas, New Year, for example, right? It's already set up with every holiday for the year. And all you have to do is just hit activate, and it will go out on those specific dates for the holidays. That's really all you have to do. It's just enabling it, and you're done.
Great. Thanks, Matt.
Yep.
Still answering a few questions here, but if you want to turn back over to me, I'll just go through the what's next slide and let folks get back to work. Let me hit the start button here. All right, Matt, you seeing my deck okay?
Yeah, it's displaying.
Great. So a couple things on the what's next. First and foremost, you can certainly start your trial, right? If you've seen enough today and you'd like to begin your 90-day free trial, we can connect to your Point Central, execute the onboarding. That's great. You can go to our website and do that. We're going to send you a follow-up email. I think it's set to go out at 11 Mountain Time tomorrow. It's 24 hours after the webinar concludes. In that email, we'll have a link to the Start Your Trial, but that's also available on our website. You can also book a deeper dive consultation with Britta on the inside sales side, so she can get some additional questions asked and answered. If you want to see maybe a specific feature in Aduvo, you can do that. If it's really just Q&A, she's happy to answer those questions for you as well. You can book that on our website using the book a demo link, or again, that follow-up email that we're going to send tomorrow will have a link to book a consultation time with Britta and myself. And then last, we're also going to include in that follow-up email a decision maker landing page. So if you're a loan officer on the call today and you'd like to share this information with your owner, with your manager, branch manager, there's a specific page we built for them. So you can forward that email to them, and it's really designed to kind of answer some of their core questions about why Aduvo, what Aduvo is. Once we've established that connection, again, if they want to have you pay individually, we can support that. Yeah, I guess that's it. So www.aduvo.com and sales@aduvo.com are readily available if you've got additional questions or you want to book that demo. Go ahead and start that trial. And again, expect to see a follow-up email from us this time tomorrow. I also heard from several of you in the Q&A that you'd like a recording, so we'll include the link to the recording, to the Zoom recording, also in that follow-up email. And Brent and I will hang out here for a bit, just kind of go quiet and can answer some additional questions if folks have them. So I appreciate everybody's time today and the opportunity to show you Aduvo. Thank you, everybody. We'll let you get back to work.